Hello, thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore. Where's the website? There's the websites. Hopefully I got that on there right. Alright, so they're Llewellyn products. This one is, there's the website llewellyn.com, and there's some other social media links. Feel free to check that out if you're interested. Supportive Oracle Cards, Spellcasting Oracle Cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. Website for this one is shewhoisart.com. I think there's a couple other ones back there. Feel free to freeze frame and check out whatever you're interested in. And I use dice. I use a 22-sided dice. For the major arcana, 22 I use a 0 for the Fool, because there's 21. Yeah, you know. And I have a 14-sided dice for the minor arcana and a 4-sided dice to choose the element. They came from, is it Math Art Fun? MathArtFun.com. So if you're interested in any of that, that's where they came from. Alright. That being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and now on to your read. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? One more. This is quite the reading. Okay. Guess we'll just put them all out. Do you already know where this is going? Do you already know? This is interesting. You got this card at the bottom of the deck. So, could be romance, doesn't have to be. Could be more about a passion that you're looking at, or somebody else's passion that you're looking at. So it's something with a lot of heartfelt emotions. It's like, it's not just something like, it's not just like $5 on the street. It's like something you want or something somebody else really wants. It has a very strong emotional attachment to. Now, you've already released yourself from one of these problems before, is what I'm already getting. There's a lot of cards. There's a lot of cards. The 19 is the Sun card. And then the Queen of Pentacles. Things have been good in the past, but something may be good for somebody else, but maybe it's not something you want to spend your whole life doing. Even though things are good, if you feel very restricted or bored, it's like, it's technically good, but I don't like it anymore. Because it stagnated for me. It just didn't work for me long term. That's a hard thing to look at and go, especially if you look back and you're like, you know, things were good, but I was bored. I just felt like I was just, you know, floating through life and I wasn't really doing anything. Technically it was good, but it wasn't what I wanted. And it may be something where other people are like, yeah, they really liked it and they would have kept it, but it wasn't for me. I have to free myself from other people's expectations of what good is, too. I feel that very much. And maybe that's something you have done, or maybe that's something you're finding a challenge to do at the moment, to free yourself from other people's expectations of what good is. So it's almost like having that perfect job with the perfect house and the perfect car. Some people get trapped in those things, and they feel like, I have to do this. I have to have a certain amount of money. I have to live in a certain neighborhood, or, you know, I have to have a certain type of people around me. And it can be a challenge to break free from those restrictions that other people set with what they believe a good life entails, or a worthy life entails for some people. You're coming up to a situation where you're feeling stuck again, is what I'm getting. The 9 of Swords reversed is like reducing stress, but then there's also the Hanged Man here on number 12 on the dice. You're feeling stuck. you're feeling stuck, and there's a lot of well, you're trying to research something, but you're also feeling stuck. Trying to find more information, feeling stuck. And the thing is, wherever you currently are, it does feel pretty good. Wherever it is, it's kind of like, the situation is technically good, but I'm feeling very stuck. I don't feel like anything is moving. I just feel like nothing is happening. I feel like things have become very boring in this subject. And I'm starting to question, like, maybe I can start shaking things up a little bit. Maybe I want to change things. And the question is that a good idea or not? Okay. I feel like we're going towards this, like, is this a moment, or is this an actual, like, a life change? Like, is this just a moment that's going to pass, or is this like the heads up, like, I need a life change? You got the Wheel of Fortune playing with you right now. And it's kind of saying, do you have the courage to make the decision that's best for you? What do you feel most empowered to do? Hiccups. This is hard, but I feel like, looking back, you've already gone through this situation before, is what I'm getting. You've already done this before. Last time this played out, what decision did you make? Did that take you where you wanted to go? The thing is, with Gemini, you can see all the possibilities, but it's not just about the possibilities. It's also like seeing all the possibilities, but what's most likely and what's least likely. That's another factor we have to add into this. Most likely to happen versus least likely to happen to get where I want to go. Can you see a possibility? Like nobody else. Like nobody else. But how likely is that possibility to happen? What would it take to make it happen, and what would you need to do to make it go to your benefit? This is a very, very, very interesting question, because the Wheel of Fortune is I keep getting that the Wheel of Fortune is playing with you. And I want control of it, but it's the Wheel of Fortune. You don't have control over the Wheel of Fortune. Nothing is set in stone at this point. There's also this other energy maybe egging you on. Be careful of this. Because I'm getting the Five of Cups. Is that the Five? Yep, Five of Cups with the King of Wands. For some reason, I wanted to call them the King of Winners, whatever that means, but I wanted to say it. Somebody else might be egging you on, but for their own entertainment. Be careful of that. It's not that... I don't know what to say about this. Somebody might be egging you on for their own entertainment. It's like they're not really thinking about the consequences if this doesn't work out for you. They're not really invested like that. There's even another energy around you. There's a lot of people around you at the moment. Other people think you should stick with what you have. That, you know, what comes quick goes quick. Here today, gone tomorrow. Easy come, easy go. That type of energy. There is somebody trying to look out for you in the sense of, like, are you sure you want to do this? Is this really in your best interest? Do you really feel like this is going to hold water for where you want to be in life? So, again, most likely to least likely, you can see all the possibilities like nobody's business, definitely. But how likely is it for these to happen? Can you angle this and make this actually go where you want it to go? It's not just about the possibilities, it's about the probabilities. So as we keep moving forward, I feel like there's a moment where something has a chance to change. Seven of Wands, holding the line, and then the Hermit card, which can talk about Virgo energy sometimes. There's another boundary energy here. The King of Pentacles is very much about rules and restrictions, but there's a lot of benefit to working with the King of Pentacles. You get a lot of bounty from it. Things usually are very comfortable too. Then you got the King of Swords. King of Swords knows all the loopholes and how to change things and is very good at communication. Is great at communication. This moment coming forward, this is the first part you're faced with. Rules, boundaries, but things working out the way they want. The challenge is, are you going to go this direction where you're going to really start to think, well, maybe I want to change this? it's a question whether this is in your best interest or not. It's like, again, we got to look at the history. Where have you been? How likely is it for these possibilities to go where you want them to go? You do see it. You do see where you can change things. But how likely is the failure rate? What's the truth with that? And how's it going to affect other people? Whatever the situation is, I do feel like you have other people factoring in here. How is it going to affect those people? Because if this doesn't work out to your benefit, what is it going to do to other people too? It's really a very heavy reading. It's getting there. I feel like what's the probability that these are going to work out in your favor? It's about, do you want to make this decision? Do you want to make this decision because you're bored, or do you want to make this decision because you know it's going to work out, or it's a very good chance it's going to work out in your favor? Hierophant comes in with the Four of Swords, half in, half out. There's a chance for healing here. You don't have to change everything. Whatever this is, I feel like you can do a halfway change. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. The thing is, it's kind of like I still feel like I'm trapped in this situation. How do I make a halfway change? There's little choices you get to make along the way that's not going to let you out of this situation if you just make a halfway change. The thing is, if you do make that big change, you have this chance of devastation here. It's trying to see it forward. It's kind of like, I feel like if this is where it's going, and if for some reason it's very painful for me to go there, this might not be the best time to make that type of change. This may not be the best moment for it. What I feel like what they're warning, because they got these two cards at the end, the Devastation card, the Ten of Swords, and the Psychic Abilities, this is kind of warning you that things are not in your benefit at the moment. Could they be later? Possibly. But right now, there's this need to change things, this need to do things differently, that I feel like it may be a passing moment. Reevaluate your choices. If you do see something that you're like, it's pretty likely that it's going to go where you want, and you're like, I feel like I can have control of that, and it will go where I need it to, then this may be the thing for you to do. But for those of you that are linking up to this situation, there's a lot of random energy here. There's the lack of control. There's the, I don't know what's coming next. I can try, but if I go out there and just try to see what's in the middle of the ocean, for example, if I'm just going to like try to swim across this part, you may end up experiencing some wildlife, some ocean life that's really not to your benefit, is what I'm getting. I feel like what they're saying is now is not the time to make these big decisions. Now is not the time to do that. Doesn't mean you can't at any point, but it's like the water's too rocky. The water's too choppy, is what I should say. The water's not going to your benefit right now. This situation is it's like looking at the jungle and like it's just not going to your benefit. The weather is just not good for you right now. I don't want to be like that, but I'm getting like, it doesn't mean that this will never come your way, but right now is not to your advantage, is what I'm getting. I'm just trying to be, like, I'm not a Sunshine Rainbows reader. I just kind of, like, whatever's there, I try to give you what's really there. More possibilities will show up later, but they're not showing up right now. You need to wait for a moment where things are more, where you're going to be able to have control of it. You're going to be able to see, like, not only the possibilities, but also the probabilities are also in your favor. And I get what I'm getting right now is that both of those are not. Possibilities, there's a lot of those. You can see those again like nobody's business. Probabilities, not going the way they need to. That random energy, not good. So, they're saying if you want a smooth sailing ride, if you want to be at peace, stick with what you have with the Hierophant. Stick with this for now, at least for the next few months, and maybe reevaluate it a few months from now. It doesn't mean you can't have what you want. They're just saying right now it's not looking that good. Stay where you are for right now, hold back for right now, reevaluate in like 2 to 3 months, and then decide again from there. Because you want possibilities and probabilities. Both of those have to be going to your favor for you to get what you want. And right now it's just not happening. Alright, that's what I have. Hopefully that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.